we're going to be playing a new game here in the 1936 start date. And we're going to actually play as Germany. This is the first time I've played Germany since the Gotterdammerung update. I've watched what they do a lot, as you might see in my other videos, as you watch the world go mad when they don't do stuff in non-historical. But I'm thinking today I'm just going to try and play, a mostly historical Germany game. May not have the timings right on absolutely everything to make it fully historical, but we're going to play the usual route, go after Poland, fight the Allies, fight the Soviets, and we'll try our best to see how much of the world we can conquer as Germany. So we're going to play here historical AI, and we will jump on into the game. But if you've been enjoying the series, if you've been watching the videos, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to see the new videos that come out. Really does help out the channel and really helps support me in trying to make it as a content creator, so any support is massively appreciated. Okay, national focus. What we're going to do is we begin, I believe, by remilitarizing the Rhineland, although let's just check if there's any industry stuff. 2 civilian factories for 35 days. Okay, I'm going to remilitarize the Rhineland, and that's to get the world tension out of the way early, because we know we're going to spike 5% world tension. So if we get it out there early doors, then it gives it more time to cool off before we have to do other stuff. And here we go. We have our skirmish for the Dutch, which we won't really take part in because, we're playing in Germany that's going to go and conquer them, and we've got MIFO builds, so we have to keep making sure the MIFO builds run. Oh, actually, it doesn't look like we have to. We just have an option now to cancel them. They used to be the other way around, where you used to have to keep clicking a button to make sure MIFO builds stayed in. But it's good to see that that's not there. Okay. Great, we're already on partial mobilizations. There's no point in really building up anything other than let's just go to all of our states with 80%, and let's make sure that we're getting civilian factories out here. So Moselland, the Rhineland, all these states with 80%, we will just shove civilian factories in for our early game build-up, and so that should just help us scale. Research-wise, let's go. What's the industry? Basic machine tools, construction, and then we want to go here for electronics, engineering, and then we want to make sure our weapons and equipment are at least up to 1918. So I think it's Mauser we want to go with. Mauser is going to be the best company for us there, and we'll try and put all of our research through them. Just to help us out. Okay, we're just going to split these guys into 2 divisions. We're going to snake a fullback line, shove them all onto it, and just make sure that everyone's trained up. Actually, they are already trained up, so that's fine. Okay, and then military factories. We want to make sure we got a bit more on artillery and support equipment. Light tanks, do we want light tanks? Maybe we'll need some for Spain or something. Trucks. And then we'll start to make sure that we're getting 5 on each of the air. And we'll start to then just put all of our dockyards, so as we complete something, we will carry over into the next one, and we will take everything down to just 1 in the production line, so we don't need to be producing loads of this stuff. We'll start to work on maybe either just submarines to raid the British and keep Americans out, or we'll work on a little bit of a fleet maybe to contest the British, but realistically contesting the British is not going to be that easy, so probably our best to, instead of fighting them, just try and use subs to raid them and keep them trapped on the home islands. Okay, and there we go, the remilitarization of the Rhineland. So that's now gone all through. I mean, I don't think France should definitely not object because of, because we have our historical focuses set on. So now we're going down here and reorganize the Wehrmacht. Yeah, that's what we want to work towards, I think, because then, we can then work towards Anschluss. Although, do we want to start going down Führerprinzip, maybe? Yeah, you know what, let's go for the Führerprinzip first. and then we'll start to look at maybe which advisors we're going to get into our inner circle, which is the new mechanic that came with this DLC. So it'll be interesting to see sort of what our options are there. And here we go, Führer Princip has now been completed, so who do we want? Okay, Hesse is a definite no, because Hesse gets shot down over England. So, as great as he is, I don't think he's going to really stick around long enough to complete all these focuses and be of use to us. So Bormann probably needs to be the natural choice out of them. What does he do? More political power, Reich Labour Service, advisor cost down, which is pretty good. And then what's this? Some more recruitment population. Yeah, you know what, Bormann, you're going to be our first pick. We're going to take Bormann first, and then we'll look to see who we want next, maybe. It's only going to take a few days, and then the interesting part about this is obviously you can't do these focuses, but they will automatically do them. So Bormann will now start working towards that focus, he'll start working towards this focus, then this focus, so he'll make his way down. Okay, we need to wait 170 days to actually pick someone else, so it actually does make sense to do that first so you can get it rolling. Okay, so then I guess we do go down the, well, reorganising the Wehrmacht, I guess. Let's get our army under wraps and in control. I guess we could look at maybe getting someone in who's going to get us some ticking army XP. So then we can make sure that our divisions are all good and our doctrines are starting to go down. So division organisation or division training time. Let's go with division organisation for now, and we might switch that to one of the attack or one of the offence or defence generals once we get an opportunity to. But yeah, so we now have access back to the Rhineland, that's lovely, and yeah, Bormann will start doing his work, and after this we'll probably start going down Anschluss as well, just to make sure that we grab them as quick as possible too. Okay, so actually I've just had a look, Anschluss is now different, so we need an army 23 times bigger. However, I think this continues to reduce because we did just get an event that reduced the army amount, so we slowly basically get events that will help us get to the Anschluss, so we can't do it right now, but it will help us in the future. Okay, that's all about subjects, so I don't really think that's that important right now. So maybe now actually is an ideal time to go down the 4-year plan, get a couple free civilian factories, and then I guess we'll look and see if there's anything for the autobahns, maybe to increase our infrastructure. Yeah, there is, so we'll probably start to work on infrastructure and a bit of economy while we wait for things to sort of build up with Austria, because once we've sorted Austria, then we unlock our areas of the focus tree to go for Czechoslovakia, Poland, and all our other claims. So yeah, like I said, I'm not going to do anything unhistorical. I'm not going to like justify on the Netherlands, for example, early, because you can't do that, and you can take out the Dutch East Indies, but I'm going to play the war out as it's meant to be, rather than brushing people down, which obviously is a lot better for sort of Germany world conquest, but just here to play a bit of a historical game today, except for ideally winning, so yeah. Okay, we're going to switch over as well to superior firepower, because I'm just going to try and aim to have some quite quality infantry. I think at the front we will work on maybe a few tanks here and there, but quality infantry and air force is probably what I'm going to try and dominate on. The Spanish Civil War as well has just kicked off, so let's make sure that we are sending over the volunteers that we can. So we can send over 2 volunteers at the moment. Is it worth sending the light tanks? They're not the best, but I imagine they'll do some half decent work against, well, against the... Okay, let's move these guys over here. Let's put them into Manstein. Where are you? Manstein we were using, so we will quickly grab him across. We will make sure as well that he has... Let's go for Fortress Buster actually with Manstein. I think that would be quite handy. And then we will go ahead and send over the tanks as the volunteers to Spain, as well as we will send air volunteers as well. Yeah, let's get some TAC bombers and some close air support, and we'll send them up and over. And their whole job will be to be following Manstein and helping him just crush in, take some of these ports for example, and then yeah, crushing out the Spanish forces that we leave encircled by this. Looks like they've already managed to do some work over here in Bilbao and taking the port, so we will just help obviously on the effort of now crushing them completely away from the port, and then we will look to see what we can do against Barcelona or somewhere like that. Okay, and it's been enough time now that we can start to pick our next person, so I've just had a look through the options. Like, you've kind of got Spear, Goering or Todd who come through here, and I'm actually think I'm gonna go with Todd here, because he gives us more, let's have a look, he gives us more civilian factory construction speed, then some military factories, then some military factory construction speed. So ultimately I think he's just going to be the better option. You might disagree with me, you might think I'm wrong there, but you know, we'll continue down there. I'm also just quickly thinking, is there anything here for like the Condor Legion or like helping out in Spain? Ah, here we go, the Condor Legion, so we will go down to them next maybe. Which should just give us a bit more XP, a bit more stuff like that. Ultimately it's just going to help us out, and we'll be allowed to send more volunteers, which means that we should hopefully help Spain win this a lot quicker and easier. As you can see, our tanks are having a bit of resistance right now, but I guess they are fighting in the mountains, so just trying to bash these tiles now that these guys are out of supply and should be having issues getting equipment to them. Okay, so we've completed the Legion Condor, and now I quickly just spammed out some more units, just 6 more, and it looks like we can now go ahead for the Anschluss. So I'm going to quickly click that button, start it rolling, and obviously I will just try and work on getting some more guys in. Oh, we've also got all these options now to develop Western Germany, which are part of these Reich Labour Service initiatives, because I believe that's Bormann has now just unlocked that for us. Yes, he has, because he's optimised the Reich service. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do some of these. What do they give us? Local construction. Okay, so local construction. Yeah, construction boost, building slots, stuff like that. So I will go ahead and click a few of these. What do we want? We don't want the east just yet. We want the north, no. We want the west, we wanted the central, and I guess maybe the southern, and we'll go with them for now, and then maybe we'll do northern in a bit if we try and build up a little bit more along the coast. Oh, okay, and there we go. I was just about to give an update on the war in Spain, but Anschluss has just passed. So there we go, we've taken all the land. We get the Austrian army as well, yeah, 6 divisions, so we'll convert them over to infantry divisions, and then we will just go ahead and shove them into this newly formed battalion we have, just to make sure that we're filling them out. Forgot to bring you back to the actual news we needed, but we are just close to breaking the mountain line here. We've got our 5 divisions now in, so we are ready to potentially push in now to Madrid. Hopefully if we do, we might as well try some encirclements. I can see there are some of the Soviet forces here as well. But yeah, let's get some guys actually going for a push through too, to see if we can't push around and encircle a couple of these Republican troops. There we go. The Lithuanians have also just given us back Memel after reasserting our eastern claims. And then yeah, let us go for then the anti-Comintern Pact. No, maybe. Let's continue developing the industry actually, so why don't we go ahead and go for these 2 civilian factories. Oh, there we go, the anarchists have now risen up, so that's why we weren't really getting involved over there. If you sort of know how the war goes, you know the anarchists are coming. And there we go, Madrid has been taken, which has now cut off these Republican forces, leaving them with no access, which means that we should hopefully be able to absolutely crush them out. We will do the same here, see if we can't breach across somewhere like Toledo. Actually, this tile's open, so why not breach across there and see if we can't snake in around the back of them with our light tanks. I mean, that is the whole beauty of a light tank, surely, the fact that we can get in and around them. you get involved on that fight up on that hill, make sure those Spanish divisions are captured and encircled. And then, yeah, we'll go here first to gain 1 research slot. That's more important than the infrastructure just now, because we do have other provinces we can be developing. Okay. Maybe you want to get up over there as well, just see if you can't support this guy. And then you coming in here, maybe both of you trying to come in here actually. Might be quite helpful. Just see if we can't completely encircle. Okay, rearmament. Consumer goods factories has reached 51% because of MIFO bills. Okay, yeah, so we will maybe have to end rearmament soon, but at the moment it's working in our favour, so we will keep it up as long as we can. Oh, Denmark trade, what's that? No, we don't need Danish produce, because ultimately we are going to go to war with Denmark soon. Oh, the Portuguese have even sent in divisions now to help out the Spanish, the nationalists, so looks like they seem to be supporting this side. This light tank could head over there as well, hit them, just so then we're hitting them from 3 different sides. That should hopefully crush them completely out this tile. Trap all of these, including 3 Soviet volunteers, which would be quite nice to take out because they will be a lot tougher to replace. And it gets us that step further towards the Republican victory. Okay, maybe we do go quickly into oil processing and rubber processing, just so in case we do need a bit of some refineries on the homeland, at least they're gonna expand for us, just in case our goals of conquering oil don't go as well as we maybe once thought they might. But hopefully we will have access to the Romanian oil fields, as long as we can hold strong with them. But yeah, there we go, you can see the Republican Spanish have basically been kicked out, so it's going to be down to the Regional Defence Council, who obviously we should be able to crush out quite easily. Ah, okay, so we actually get an option of what ones to go for. So we did want to go for the SS, I believe. Yeah, so we're going to go for that, so he's going to continue down expanding the SS duties. That's great that we actually get an option. I thought he would just kind of pick an option. I didn't know which way that would actually work for us. Oh, we do have all of these as well for the Luftwaffe and everything, so maybe we do need to go down some of that soon. Or maybe that's something we could go down now, I guess, while we're still waiting for stuff to happen. Yeah, develop modern maneuver warfare, and then new panzer doctrines. Do we go Prussian legacy, for example? Infantry division attack. Oh, might actually go for that, which is the non-historical path, but I think it might actually be the better path for us. In just allowing our infantry to be that much stronger. Okay, there we go. And the question of the Sudetenland has now been resolved, and the Munich conference has been a success for us. The Allies have gone with appeasement, so they've given us a bit of land, hoping we would stop there. And now we're going to go down the first Vienna Award, so just pushing ourselves closer and closer to that war, which we're going to try and hopefully get Hungary on our side and, you know, help get their influence. Okay, so we can begin to put a bit of a squeeze on Yugoslavia as well and pressure them now that obviously Czechoslovakia's gone, or, well, yeah, it's not exactly gone, but, you know, it is gone. Okay, what do we want to do here? I think we probably want to do it with Hungary. I don't really need Slovakia, but a strong Hungary could benefit the Axis quite a bit, so I definitely will take the opportunity to grab them in. Okay, so actually it looks like London did give up the northern bits of Yugoslavia, so what's the next sort of step on that path? Okay, yeah, let's go for it. Ljubljana? I don't even know how. Ljubljans, maybe? Someone's gonna have to correct me on how I said that, because that definitely can't be right. and then we will get the fate of Yugoslavia, although I don't know if we can do that just yet, just because there could be an issue there. There could be an issue there actually with being protected by the Allies, although they're not at the moment. So if they just call in Romania, I guess that wouldn't actually be too big an issue. But I think with world tension as high as it is, there's a chance that we could go up to something like that, which would be pretty catastrophic to us. We wouldn't want to have to fight the Allies this early, especially not over something like that. We want to fight them over Poland, realistically. Okay, so we really only have a guy for mobile warfare. That's not great. Guess we'll take the air guy for now then. And then who do we have that we can call in down here? Naval air defense, army regrouping. Yeah, let's go for army regrouping, I guess. But yeah, so we are readying ourselves for war now. You can see already the expansion we've done just peacefully, obviously as well with Hungary on our side. That's quite a big push out east with our faction. Spain, obviously we won that quite simply, so that's quite handy for us. Okay, Mifo Bills has now reached 100% consumer goods, so I think we're now going to announce yeah, let's cancel Mifo Bills. There we go, and let's also develop Eastern and Northern Germany, because that will be great for us. Why won't you allow us to do that? Too low an opinion of us. Okay, let's improve relations with Japan, and then we will send them an attaché. Ah, perfect, immediately. There we go. And we will stop improving our relations. We could send some volunteers. Oh, okay, so we can actually send 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of well-trained infantrymen. We can confirm over to our Panzer Division. We're going to shove them into Manstein. And then we're going to go ahead, grab Japan here, and we're going to send them some tanks to go help out in their warfare, because realistically that is going to be the most helpful thing we can give them at this point. Okay, yeah, I think that's really the move. So we'll get them all into position, get them getting ready. Oh, there we go. Moscow has signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, so that is great news for us as well. Treaty with the USSR. Ah, okay, so we do then get some heavy tank chassis and stuff, so we'll go with that, and then we will maybe look towards what our next move is, maybe then going in for Poland, somewhere like that. But yeah, there we go, let's blitzkrieg through the lines, hoping to get to some of this. Oh yeah, obviously it's literally Chinese militia armies, so they're not going to stand a chance against our tank forces. And we should hopefully just be able to push straight in. Why would we care about Yunnan? Like, why? I always find that a weird feature where, like, it should be nations of a certain power can ask you to recall your attachés, but, you know, like Yunnan asking us to recall attachés just seems absolutely mad. Oh, I mean, yeah, we're just going to have these tanks snake and see if they can't link up to this Japanese pocket. I mean, that is a long way for them to have snaked, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll recognise the Bulgarian claims. We kind of want some strong allies here. So yeah, Macedonia has been taken. So yeah, and also this bit has been taken for Hungary. So yeah, we are expanding massively into Yugoslavia, which is probably angering them to no end. There's the Panay incident, so that's the first incident that Japan has with America, I think, shooting down a merchant ship, or yeah, like accidentally hitting a merchant ship. I don't know if it's accidental actually. Probably shouldn't just make that claim for him. Heavy tank designer, and then also you're going to start working on the 1940s heavy, because that is what we'll want for around the time we look at the Soviet Union. At the moment we want light tanks, because these light tanks will be sent across probably to somewhere like Africa, see if we can't sweep up the Suez or something, or maybe see if we can't sweep up some of the French land. Okay, and here we go, cutting off hopefully a large group of the Chinese forces. Well, they managed to get a few out actually, so not a large group, but you know, enough that should have some good impact, helping Japan win the war just that bit faster. Let's continue down now, continue pushing for Nanjing. Then, like, the real aim is, can we link up with some of these invasions, maybe even? Just hopefully giving Japan the absolute best chance of beating China early, because the quicker they can do that, the quicker we'll have our ally in the east. Okay, let's go ahead and form the Rome-Berlin axis as well, so that should hopefully invite Italy to join us, and then we will look at getting some of our guys down south ready to push in against the United Kingdom. Okay, and I think now it is time for Danzig or war. We're in July 1939, so by the time that time's out, we've already made the deal with Russia to split it. So by the time that time's out, July 1939, you know, it's going to be looking towards August, September time, so pretty on timeline for the war at least, and that's what we're trying to aim for, sort of on-time war. Okay, so that does mean now we need to look at our setup. So we've got our planes and everything. We still have our guys out in Asia, which is not great, but they're only our light tanks who will likely be used in Africa. So at the moment in time, there's not really much of an issue with using them. Let's just try and make sure that we're pushing the Chinese out of Shanghai and stuff, and really helping support the Japanese as best we can. Okay, there we go. So Danzig war has now fired. Poland has obviously refused. We weren't expecting them to agree anyway. Okay, so we have had Danzig war fire. So what we will do next is we will work on around the Maginot, so then we'll have our goals against... there we go. Poland refused to cede Danzig, so there we go. We gain cores on these two provinces, and yeah, we have received our war goal. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. We've got all our armies here split up, ready. We've got armies on the border with France as well. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and declare the war. We're not going to call allies in. We're just going to wait and see. And actually, why don't we give a little test initially of the borders? So we'll take a front line off here because we are not bashing our way through the Maginot. And we'll grab a few guys here and we will charge in just to sort of test them. See how this is going to go down, see if we can't cut off Danzig, for example. But yeah, we'll drop ourselves to 4 speed as well now, because we don't need to be racing through this war. We want to be ready, we want to be focused, and we want the opportunity to move against them. Okay, so we can give campaign instructions against France, which will basically increase our division attack and defence. Okay, so we can do that, which will help us, but then we'll wait until obviously we are heading into France to do that. But yeah, we've chosen to go more the route, which will help strengthen our infantry. So yeah, hopefully that does work out for us. Let's see if you guys can't head on into Danzig as well. Just quickly take that port away from them, see if we can't encircle some of their forces down here. Just any quick little encirclements we can make of Polish forces are obviously great for us. And you know what, you guys actually just strike down to Warsaw as well itself while we make the encirclement. There we go. Lovely. You guys will now focus down this pocket and make sure it's crushed in and dealt with. Yeah, you guys will head across as soon as. Perfect. Nice few crushed out Polish divisions. And then, yeah, same again here. Working our way down, just trying to cut through their ranks wherever possible. Just ensuring that we have so much to help push in, to help build up and make sure that we're completely expanding our industry. Like, we're working on oil refinery at the moment, because I think that's really going to be very helpful for us. The Navy is just trying to hold the coastline of Germany at the moment, and it will look to move out obviously as of when it's needed. You guys now push down for Krakow. Let's make sure that we're just capturing all of the major cities, all the major hubs. Yeah, just head on up, grab tiles, and that should hopefully be the capitulation shortly. Okay, yeah, and like I said, we do now obviously have the war goal against the... Oh, is that... No, that's not war guys. We do have the war goal against the Benelux, so now that all these guys have one over there, we're going to grab them together and we're going to send them across, and they will slowly work on taking out the Benelux nations. Spearheaded, hopefully, by Manstein and his tanks.